Ya Ali Madad, I have received some question. I must admit there are very interesting questions. So we will try to answer about 5 questions here today, and then inshallah going forward we will try to answer more questions. Please do continue to send your question and keep us in your prayers so we can do as much as possible ilm-wise and understanding-wise, and from each other we can learn and we can move forward on this Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ameen. Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari. The very first question, I believe, is from our previous session where we had talked about 313 Mu'min answering one of the question. So this is a follow-up question. She is asking 313 Mu'min. Can we know who they are? Can we be added to them? And if 314th, meaning additional person, is ready, does he have to wait for one from the 313 to die to take his place? Or how does this work? So looks like it's not a one question but a multiple question hidden in one question. But still a great question. So as I said before, that whenever we see a number in Faramin, in Ginans, in Quran, these numbers are figurative speech for us to understand a concept. Because if we say that there are only 313 Mu'mineen, and look at your question again, what if there was one more Mu'min ready today to be part of the Imam's army, Imam's Batini Mu'mineen, Imam's Batini 313 Mu'mineen, and if we are firm on 313 number, what would this 314 would do? What about if this new additional person who's ready to be part of those great Mu'mineen, he would have to wait for somebody to die to take the place? What about this new person dies first and none of the old 313 Mu'mineens dies? Alright? I can see that you are already saying in yourself that logically it does not make sense. And remember, our tariqah is a logical tariqah. So now let's take 4 of this question one at a time. Can we know who they are? Yes. If you are part of those 313, you can know and you would know who those are. Second question, can we be added to them? Of course. We believe in mercy of the Imam, and if you work hard, you elevate your soul, and if you qualify to be one of those Mu'mineen, then Imam instantly, with his utmost mercy, will take you under his wings and you will be part of the Imam's Batini soldier working for Imam's batini task? Yes, definitely. And the last question was, what if a mu'min is ready? Does he have to wait for one to die? No, there is no limitation. There cannot be a limitation in Imam's mercy. He will take you under his wing instantly, and you would not have to wait. He is great and merciful. Only thing we have to do is to qualify, work hard, understand the knowledge, and be ready to serve the Imam Zaman. And you can be part of this group of Mu'mineen. I'm going to just call them group of Mu'mineen instead of 313 because number could be deceiving. Number could be more or less. Thank you. So I believe this answers your question. दूसरा सवाल भी तकरीबन इसी उन्वान से है. आप जनाब फरमाते हैं कि क्या 313 से मोमिनीन मुराद है? जी हाँ. Let me repeat the question in English for our English listener. This brother is asking, does 313 alludes to Mu'mineen? Short answer, yes, but the word Mu'mineen is a generic word. We call all those who are good, righteous people, regardless of religious background. We call them Mu'mineen. Then there are particular Mu'mineen. Then when we say Mu'min, we are talking about our Ismaili brother and sister who are righteous, and we can say they are the Mu'mineen in our Jamaat. So now we understand the word Mu'min or the Mu'mineen. So there is a Tawil, and then there is a Tawil within Tawil. What does it mean? There is an understanding, and then there is a underlying understanding of Mu'mineen. So when we say 313 Mu'mineen, we are not just talking about a common generic sense of Mu'mineen, but these are highly elevated Mu'mineen, and they are carrying the nur of Imam in their forehead, in their personal world. वो अपने अंदर इमाम के नूर को जिंदा करके रखा हुआ है. They are blessed with Imam's nur. And not only they are blessed with Imam's nur, they have come closer and closer to the nur of the Imam. And now, due to this closeness, and this is not physical closeness in any sense of any kind of physical amaldari or physical titles or anything like that. We are talking about the batin. We are talking about those mu'mineen who are like fidai. They do their spiritual work as per Imam's command, Imam's wish. ये वो मोमिनीन है जो बातिन के अंदर इमाम का काम करते हैं इमाम के फरमान के मुताबिक. So these are highly elevated souls, and they work with Imam for Imam's batini work. Easy example, just like Imam has his Zahiri council, Tariqa board, Amaldar, Mukhi Kamriya, etc. etc. जिस तरह से ज़ाहिर में मौला की एक टीम है जो इमाम के ज़ाहिरी जमात खानों को और ज़ाहिरी इंस्टीट्यूशन को चलाती है. Just like that, Imam has a batini lashkar, and they run Imam's batini institution. And when Imam says, we will share our nur with all, in one place Imam is talking about himself, and Imam is also including and speaking to this highly elevated mu'minins, regardless of the number. I don't want it to talk too much about the number, because if Imam is merciful and if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, then Imam will elevate you, elevate your soul. He will increase you in the ranks, and he will include you in this highly spiritual mu'minin in this circle, regardless if they are 300, 313 or whatever number makes you happy. In this same question, without asking, I believe this gentleman was asking that how and when this mu'minin becomes, or they are included in this circle of highly elevated mu'minin. When they complete their ibadat, when they complete their Isme Azam, when not only they have seen the Nur once, but now they are, or they have, the living Nur of the Imam in them, and Imam's Nur start to work within their batin from them, and they quietly as a Fidai works for the Imam-e-Zaman. So I believe this answers your question, brother. Thank you for asking. The next question is again, I believe this gentleman wants a little bit further explanation. Are the souls of human and souls of animal one or different? When we believe all of the souls are in the treasure of Allah, so does Allah use one soul, as you said in your previous lecture, or how do we understand this? Another great question. When this Garib and Nachiz talks about Nafsun Wahida, the one single soul, again their understanding must be at different levels, meaning one understanding, and then second understanding, and then second understanding, and the third and the fourth, meaning the Tawil are on the stairs, ladder, step by step as well. So when we are talking about how all of the humans are born with one single soul, the soul of the Imam, the soul Allah had breathed into Adam, the same one soul. So now let's come to your question, let's say part B. Allah has treasure, khazane, of all of the souls. In example, the treasure of human souls, and He have put all of those souls into one single soul and count it as one soul. So when we say one soul, we are talking about the entire treasure of the human soul. उसको एक में गिना जाता है. Then he has the treasure of animal soul. He has the treasure of soul of the birds and the souls of the vegetative soul, which is the soul of the trees and all of the other vegetation. Then he has the soul of the mineral. So if you remember, we were talking about mineral soul. He has a treasure of that. The vegetative soul, he has a treasure of that. The animal soul, he has a treasure of that. And human soul, he has treasure of that as well. So he has treasure of all soul. So he does not need to take one of the human soul and put it in an animal. So when Imam said that you will become animal, what he means that you may look like human, but your action will be of an animal. And if you look at the same Farman, actually Imam explains what is the difference between you and animal. They are born as you are. They eat as you do. They get married and have children just like you. And at the end, they die. And you die. And Imam asks question again. What is the difference between you and an animal? And when Imam says you can become an angel, meaning you will remain in this body in the human form, you will look like human, but your attribution will be of an angel. It's not that you will grow a couple of wings or anything. आपके बाजुओं के ऊपर पर नहीं लग जाने वाले हैं. This is just an example. So you understand that we are from Allah, from the treasure of human soul, which we call Nafsan Waida, and then in the shortcut or on the long way, eventually we will return back to that one soul in Imam Mubin, and we are from him, and we will return back to him as human soul. And your part C of your question, how can Allah put his one single soul and burn in the hell forever? No, he will not do that. He will never do that. He loves us too much. He loves each one of us too much. So, if we don't do what we need to do, then at the end, your punishment would be that you will regret that you did not do what you were supposed to do, and that regret will be your fire of hell. That regret will be just like a long journey between 6 and 12. And on every step, the regret, and more regret will be your punishment, and that punishment will be good enough. If you wanted to see this in the Quran, look at Surah Hadid, ayat number 12 and 13. How some souls will regret, and they will be looking at other souls above them who have done their job and they are progressing and moving forward, and they will be standing behind, and with the regret they will say, "Oh, my brother and sister, please don't leave us. Share the nur that you have received with us." Again, the reference is 57 Surah Hadith, ayat number 12 and 13. Thank you. The next question, there is no name, okay. It says, could you explain Nurani family and Nur in Imam's children once again, please? Inshallah, with your prayer and Imam's mercy, may Mola give us tawfiq, ta'id, himmat wa yari to explain and to listen and to learn. So let's split this question into one, why do we call children of Imam Nurani family? And second, which is your question, do they have Nur in them? So let's take the example. What do we call humans' children? Human. What do we call animals' children? Animal. If that is the case, then Imam is Nur and Imam is complete Nur. What else would we call the children of the Nur? We will call them Nurani family. Nuran, all of the children, regardless of boy or girl, male or female, Imam's family, due to Nur in the Imam, they are all full of Nur, and that's why we call them Nurani family. Second question, do they have a Nur? Yes, definitely. How? That would be a good question. If Imam is so merciful to his spiritual children, the Jamaat, us, and he wants us to have a Nur, he wants us to have a Didar, he wants us to be Fanafi Imam, what does he do? He comes and he gives us Nurani Didar, he gives us Isme Azam, he gives us his blessing, Khana Vadan. If that is the case for us Garib and poor, don't we think Imam would give this love, this knowledge, this Isme Azam to his own progeny? Of course he would. That would be the logical answer. That he gives his love, his knowledge, Hakiki Ilm, his Isme Azam to his progeny, to his children, regardless of male or female. And due to that, all of the children with complete Isme Azam receives the Nur. Receives the Nur. And therefore, we call them Nurani family. Amongst the Nurani family, amongst the children of Imam, one will receive the fifth requirement, the final condition, the Amr. And that one son will become the next Imam. But regardless of that, all of the brother and sister, the children of the Imam, have met the four conditions. One, the love of the Imam. Second, the ilm of the Imam. Third, the Isme Azam from the Imam. The fourth, the progeny and the nur of the Imam. Only thing missing for their one son, when time comes, he receives the Amr and becomes the next Imam of the time. I believe this completes this question and the answer. Thank you again for asking. Wonderful question. Great question. Thank you. The next question was that you mentioned some references of Imam in Quran. Yes. I had mentioned there are 12 references of Imam in the Quran with the word Imam. Out of those 12, one is negative reference and one is negative reference and 11 are positive reference. I will invite you to Google and look at the 12 references of Imam and find the one which is negative and 11 positive, and the one with the Amr, the word Amr, you will find it for Prophet 33:46 and for the Imam 21:73. And of course, don't forget the ayah with Rasikun fi ilm, Surah 3, ayah 7. And there are more of the Imam's reference. Even though you're not asking, but let me go ahead and add, there are 49 references of Nur in the Quran. 49 references of Nur, 12 references of Imam, and one reference of Imam out of this 12 is a negative reference. And if you'd like to know which one is negative, that is Surah 28, ayat number 41. That is the only ayat with the word Imam, but it is not talking about Imam-e-Barhaq, but Imam of the Jailun, Imam of the ignorant. So that's a negative reference. Do not take that as the reference for Imam-e-Barhaq. Thank you.